today. First portion will be radio TV online content, and the second portion with Andy will be for environmental rugby. Okay, we'll jump right in there.
Andy, I'll just ask you first of all your thoughts on the team selection. Really, what was your thinking behind it?
Well, it's a good side. It's one that I'm excited about, that's for sure. Some people have waited for a chance to show what they're about, and others have got another chance. So I think it's a good blend. I think it's one that can put in a performance at the weekend also.
You mentioned players getting another chance. Does that reference Jacob Stockdale? I mean, were you thinking about taking him out? Is it a sense that he has to play really well this weekend then to cement the fullback slot?
No, not necessarily. Every individual's different, and you treat them accordingly. You know, it's only a couple of games ago, isn't it, that everyone was saying that Jacob is the answer, etc. And obviously there's a few things that he needed to put right from his last game, but we think he's a pretty important player for us, and yeah, he gets the opportunity to go again.
Andy, was it always your intention to get James Lowe in there capped as soon as possible?
Well, I think he brings an extra dimension to how we want to play. You know, we've all seen him play in the Pro 14 and what he brings for Leinster. So hopefully he can definitely bring the same. And you know, hopefully on top of that, with a good performance at the weekend, that he brings another dimension and competition for places back into our squad, which is very important for us going forward.
How did you announce the news to him? Was it just before training, and what was his reaction?
Oh well, I suppose that players do get a little bit of a sense of how things are going. Not that I actually went over to him and told him, but there's a little bit of a sense that he's preparing himself to get himself ready. What I like to do with the new caps is for them to find out the same as everyone else when the team goes up and they finally see it. I suppose it's the right way to do it in my mind, that they see the team like everyone else, you know, and hopefully it's a good feeling when it's announced for them.
Andy, what's your thoughts on you put Billy Burns on the bench? What's the thinking behind promoting him ahead of Ross Byrne?
Well, Billy gets his chance. You know, Ross has played a few games for us and done well in the past. Billy, again, like I said a few days ago, he is somebody that we looked at before lockdown, and he was great in training then, and he's come back fit again. And yeah, we assess him at the beginning of the week and see how he goes, etc. And yeah, we give him an opportunity to show us what he's got on the international stage at the weekend.
Similar enough question to James in Gibson Park. He's come a long way, obviously, to get a starting slot for Ireland. Can you talk through the process of how he's come over to halves?
Yeah, no. Again, Jameson gets an opportunity to show us how he can handle a full game. He's been coming off the bench and doing pretty well in training. Obviously, he's been with us for 3 weeks now, and we've been very impressed with what we've seen so far. Managing a game throughout and not in training is something that we're curious to see how he goes. But we're excited to see him play. You know, he's a little bit different to the other scrum halves. So yeah, that's a good one.
Anyone ruled out by injury, by the way?
Shane Daly. He's not trained all week, so he's got a slight knock. He should be back to full fitness beginning of next week, hopefully. Thanks.
Andy, in terms of the selections, like, you can see you've made a lot of changes there, and you're kind of excited about how it's going. But like, you wouldn't say that players that aren't starting, the likes of Conway and Murray, like, who's on the bench, they haven't really been dropped. You wouldn't consider them to be dropped. It's just you're changing things up for the start of this tournament.
No, I'm always curious about other guys. You know, other guys that have been waiting for a chance, and we'll see whether the weight's been good for them, that they can, you know, grab it with both hands. And you've got to give people an opportunity to be able to do that. We've got a squad that we've picked for this Autumn Nations international window, and we want to put faith in the squad. That's for sure. There's some lads that have been in the squad for quite some time, who've been patient enough, and we trust to perform at this level. You know, you've got to give them opportunity. And having said that, there are lads that are still in the squad that don't get an opportunity this weekend. That they're in our thoughts as well.
And with your selection of hooker there, with Keller, wasn't released back to Leinster to get a bit of game time or anything. You're confident enough of him going straight in from the start on Friday?
Well, he's been back training with us for a few weeks now. It's tricky enough with the Pro 14 schedule regarding preparation, regarding lads going back. The relationship with the provinces and the coaches, etc., is fantastic. So we're always in contact with the coaches of what's best for the player, and sometimes with the schedules, how some games fall on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday at this moment in time impacts on preparation, and we've got to do the right thing by the player and make sure that he has enough time to prepare properly.
Yeah, cheers.
Andy, Caelan Doris is back at number 8. What are you hoping to see from him there as opposed to him playing 6? Is there a big difference in what he can bring at 8?
Well, there's obviously differences, with set piece players, etc., and how he goes about his business. Caelan's grown up being a number 8, and if you'd asked him which is his preferred position, I'm not sure which answer he'd give you. I suppose he'd play anywhere for Ireland, but it is a position that we've seen him excel in before. It's a position that we've seen CJ Stander dominate in and play unbelievably well for us in the past, and he certainly will do again in the future. But Caelan gets the chance this weekend.
Wales have had a few issues, obviously, themselves. Have you taken much notice of that? What kind of challenge are you expecting? Do you think it will affect their preparations?
Well, the rivalry between Ireland and Wales has always been a passionate one, and it's always been a very healthy one, and that doesn't change, doesn't it? We understand the quality of the players that are coming to the Aviva at the weekend, and we know that, and we expect that, and we'll prepare for that. Having said that, I suppose it's more about us this weekend and how we play for ourselves, etc. So we're aware of things that are going on, but at the same time, concentrating on ourselves has got to be priority.
Cheers.
Andy, just a word on Keith Earls. He's obviously back on the bench now, and he's got Hugo Keenan obviously and James Lowe starting ahead of him. From the training footage that I've seen, he certainly looks very sharp. Keith Earls, what is his motivation and hunger levels like now to get back in the team?
Yeah, he's been frustrated of not being able to get back to fitness, but he's had a great 3 weeks. He's been unbelievably good in and around the squad, helping the new caps, the newcomers, the guys that haven't been around the squad for so long, and he's a calming influence on everyone. This is our chance to get him back up and running. He comes off the bench, and he'll certainly add when he comes on, that's for sure. He is looking sharp, and it's people like Keith who get the blend right for us. What you can't do is just throw people out there and just expect them to swim. You've got to put people like Keith in and around the group to make sure that it feels right.
Andy, are you going to take the last one in this section? Cheers, yeah. Andy, are you conscious that there could be 10 or 11 new caps in the Ireland squad? 2020, you're giving out a lot of first caps. Is that your mind, or is it just the way it's happened?
Well, certainly it is the way it's happened a little bit, in a sense that we've had quite a few injuries, and also there are injuries to guys that would have been in our plans going forward as well. I suppose you can work them out for yourselves. But it is what it is. We're planning for the here and now and for the future. You've got to plan for the here and now and the medium term and the long term, and that's what we plan to keep on doing throughout.